Let me go and get the hair together. Alright, giving your time to get in so we can do this toast. I usually like to do it before the afternoon, but I actually been waiting since about a little bit till 11. So I'm gonna lay down a little bit more. Lay down, didn't feel like getting up. So now we're here where we are right now. We're up on, let's check. We're up on, well, we're online on stream.me, Facebook, on both Facebook pages. We're not up on Periscope as of yet. At least that's what it looked like. So let's get it and let's see what's going on. Alright, well, shit. Yeah, let's say I'm up on YouTube. Okay. I'm up on both pages on Facebook. So here we go, family. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Girl, get it together. Talk about anime. This is a Harvard Simple production, and this is the Daily Toast. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Let's kick it. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should we say, breathe, then drink. Grab your bottle to get that water. Twist that cap, then quit that water. Lift your glass and pour the water. Just pour your water. Drink. Or should we say, live, pour, then. Move your body and get some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Just move your body. Drink. Or should we say, move, then. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass. Drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then. Lift your glass and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, drink. Drink! I'm trying to get hyped. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Breakdown. Drink, 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 drink. Alright, family. Let's go and do this. I got the lines open if there's anybody want to call in. The number is 614-556-4535. I'm going to put on some nice soothing music. And we are going to move through this toast. Let's do. I downloaded one, but I'm going to have to go and download another one while I stall and sip. All right, family. So you know how you download something, you say, I know I downloaded it, and then all of a sudden it's not there. Well, this one is not there. But it went straight to the page that has the stuff on there, thank goodness. No, it's not straight. Shine Light, Summer 1. Wait, is that on there? I should have had a Summer 1 on there. Alright, cool. But that ain't what I want. Travel quotes, welcome. Nope. Let me go. I should have had this before. So this is what we're going to do. To finish this drink, we're going to throw on Spirit. Because I think I have a track. Yeah. No, this is actually Malik. So let's listen to Brother Malik. I'm going to drink my water and we're going to get started with this toast. Unless some of y'all call in and y'all want to have a conversation. It's 614-556-4535.
This little man on the liquor tom, he's got mad flavor, banana with a humpy diggy, he don't. Abdul is about to come. Feel the rhythm that I give him and the wisdom that I drop. Can't stop it, can't top it. Take a biscuit, stop it. It's ethereal, quite literal, more advanced than fiber optics. The truth that I flip may cause inflictions. I rip the strip of conviction. I mean this. Alright, I grip the mic like kinda fiendish. Malik A. Willow B. Super genius in science and mathematics that allow me to say this. Not an ego, let's say we go back to Uraeus. Uraeus, flee the chaos and confusion. Stimulating the five senses is not a mere illusion. Love and wisdom is all put it together like fusion. Soldiers poised us out to give a new world a contusion. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Heretics and some critics, they say we rank first. We're not the baddest of the bad, nor the worst of the worst. We strive for some embodiment in harmony with the universe. So whether we're unmovable like Mount Kilimanjaro, Africans will laugh again, so I say no sorrow. We are the people of the day before yesterday. We are the people of the day after tomorrow. I have a dream someday that our youth will be walking down the streets, contemplating, nibbling on ginseng roots, giving hell to those who aren't hard for sure, but for show. Pretending what you hadn't thought but said and didn't know. Claiming sets, throwing up gang signs, society's got you snared. What the hell is that sign language? For the spiritually impaired, I'm not a player hater, I'm just a player fader. What goes around comes around, vengeance is mine, I'll catch you later. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in a mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. No man shall get the best of me, one man's the great test of me. The part of me that strives up and begins to pull up the rest of me. Conquering selfish, true manifest destiny, and good reflects this. As I become more mindful, godliness pierces the blindfold. Not take it to the line, so you can't check this. I pumps courage to the chest, when suckers come for test. And when they come for test, there's no need to press a 9. I've got to buck a sucker with great outflux of the mind. My clairvoyance is a product of mind sight, creating foresight instead of hindsight. My buoyancy is a reflection of my hardship. I've been through much, and I'm beyond death. My legacy is a reflection of my godship. I hold a tight grip until my last breath. Hum-ba-diggity, hit-dum, I'm hailing from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit-dum, I am the sum of none but one, composed of 6 gods in the mix. No gimmicks, just a few turntable tricks, executed by DJ Superman top notch. More vision than Blackwatch, he steps upon the heads of DJs like a quick game of hopscotch. Wherever the top drops, then we must begin with musical sustenance. True, that comes through the eye of the storm, though cosmic in fact. This child's tracks are produced in his humanoid form. We are the sum of none but one.
Now, I know we heard that before. I played that before. So y'all know I had that downloaded. So somehow Spreaker's deciding what it's going to keep and what it's going to throw off. I don't understand. All right. So that was Summer One by Brother Malik. Spirit fame. Brother also is very active in the community. So, we're going to send shouts out. Shouts out as usual. Much respect. Much respect. All right. Let's get this toast on. Man, I had this long diatribe that I was going to go into. I don't even feel like it right now. Actually, I'm not even feeling that. Yeah, that's Brother Malik. I don't know if you know him, but brother gets down. I think it was produced by Storm as well. Actually, I got it from Storm, so I think it's produced by Storm. So I gotta go through my database and see really what I got from Storm and really because I had a whole bunch of songs uploaded, but like I said, it decides on what it want to keep. So one day I come in and I got all my songs. Next day I come in, they all gone. You understand what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So, but we had our warrior training yesterday, and it was a beautiful experience. Now, so in our talk, I used all the time for them. Let them do the anime piece. So we didn't really get into our stuff, but in a sense, the anime is our stuff. Now, so I put on a video by Wisecrack. For those that's not hip to it, you can look them up on YouTube. And they do deep analysis of things. And they did a deep analysis of anime show called Escape from Titan or Titan. It's about, basically, the whole cartoon is about these giant, like zombie-like people eating giants. And they live in these walls, and these people live in these walls trying to keep these giants out. So they broke down all the seasons. They talked about season 1, but this show was focused on season 2 and 3 and the philosophical underpinnings or the philosophical idea that the show was working on. I mean, it was deep. But now, see, this is why I get into doing these conversations with the young people, because one, this is coming from something that they like, because all of them knew the anime or cartoon that they were talking about. As a matter of fact, there was a commercial that actually used the giants, a car commercial that actually used the giants in the commercial, because they was chasing the car and the car was able to get away from them. Clever commercial. But anyway, the philosophical idea behind the cartoon was the idea of friends and enemies. And I mean, like, they do their research. So they went and did their research, and they found the philosopher who talks about this idea that in order for society to be held together, you have to be clear on who your friends, and you have to be clear on who are your enemies. And I'm like, damn, I'm listening to this, and it's deep, because this is being shot at our kids, right? And you're able to connect this show as well as the other shows with deep ideas that individuals write theses on and hold chairs at universities You know what I'm saying? Because they sit up here and think about this stuff. But yet we got cartoon makers that's putting these deep ideas in these TV shows that most adults would walk by and be like, oh, you just being silly, and I don't know why you're watching this junk. When this cartoon, the idea of this cartoon about friends, that's based on the philosophical concept of friends and enemies, and how every society, in order to hold itself together, or at least this is the theory, every society, in order to hold itself together, has to have the scary other out there, the enemy out there that forces society to work together because they don't want the enemy to overtake them. And it's like, damn, where's that for our community? I mean, I know we got enemies outside, but why isn't that philosophy working for our community? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, I mean, we got clear enemies. We got clear, I mean, you hear example after example after example of people coming together, rounding up the circling up and tribing up and preparing themselves. Except for us. We're the universal sacrificial lamb of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Our ideas are used, our labor is used, and then when we need some type of return or some type of comeuppance, we are dismissed. And it's like, oh no, you got to love your enemies, but you can't build a society on that. You can't hold a tribe together on loving your enemies. What you do is, in a sense, because some people misunderstand the concept, you end up surrendering to your enemy, even unbeknownst to yourself. You don't know that you have what's being thrown on you is a doctrine of consistent surrender. The love energy is being poured in the wrong direction. And because the love energy is being poured in the wrong direction, you strive to be accepted by others. You strive to be accepted by the scary other rather than clinging to your own. I have a story. I was in the 5th grade, and there was a bully. Me and him was real cool. We was friends and shit. And I didn't really like his actions because I didn't like bullies and shit. And and as long as he was messing with somebody that really, you know what I'm saying, that really could actually give him some competition, I didn't mind. But one day we was in the schoolyard, because, this is when we used to play before school. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember schoolyards where you used to be able to go on the playground and play before school started, right? We go on the playground and we would play football. And I noticed that this dude was picking on somebody much smaller than him. I mean, like, this dude didn't even stand a chance with this dude. And I'm like, even the other bullies. I mean, because in schools, you got multiple bullies. Even the other kids was like, man, leave that dude alone, man. But nobody, he, forget y'all, boom, boom, boom. They know they could have whooped him, but they just would let this. So I'm looking at him, and it's like, it wasn't that I knew that I could whoop him, right? But, playing in our games, I was faster. You know what I'm saying? And many, like when he tried to run up and try to wrestle, you know what I'm saying? He would end up on the ground. When he would try to punch at me sometime, I would notice, because, I've been getting my ass whooped my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest about it. I had uncles. I had young, old uncles. I don't know if y'all had those, but they were the youngest in their family. And they were separated by a few years from everybody else. So they were too young to be totally grown, but yet, not that far ahead of me. So I would get my ass kicked. So I had to learn how and one of my uncles was a boxer. So I had to learn. So everybody else is out here talking about, I'm a boxer, I box and boom, 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 I do karate. I was doing martial arts and all this. I'm sitting up here like, but I really didn't like to fight. But I'll pull out the glove. But anyway, so whenever we would do that, he didn't stand a chance, right? So I'm sitting up here like, leave the dude alone. He's like, shut up before I jump on you. Whatever, man. Come on. All right, whatever. Y'all want to play football? What? No, punk, boom, boom, boom. And he jumped at me and he hit me in my chest. And I stepped back and I started laughing. And he hit his pose like he wanted to fight. He was showing off for everybody. I whooped his ass from one side of the playground to the other side of the playground. When he wanted to box it, I boxed his ass down. When he wanted to wrestle, I pinned his ass and started whooping him on the ground. It didn't matter. However you want to come together, I wish you would have kicked because I was prepared for that too. You know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm trying to make is that I whooped the bully. Now, what they got to do with what you're talking about? I'm getting to it. So later on, to get me back, a couple of days later, he knew that I worked on a paper route. And this nigga chased me down with a stick and he had his partner with me. So when I went to go get one, the other one would come at me, and it was nicely organized. They was whooping the shit out of me with these sticks. Niggas wouldn't drop the sticks because I could have got both of them possibly. You know what I'm saying? But the one guy was so scared of him, and he was being bullied by this dude. And I was telling him, said, dude, he's, you know what I'm saying? After I get done with this, he gonna jump on you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna beat your ass when I catch you. You know, so it don't make no difference. So y'all gonna get your shit off now, right? Boom, boom. So they doing it, right? So I take my ass whooping. I get home, you know what I'm saying? They follow me home with the sticks. I couldn't find me a stick, boom, boom, boom. Every time I went for one, they cut off. It was beautiful, and it was strategic. And both the niggas live right by me, right? Now, this is the point. And this is what I mean. This is sucker logic here, right? This dude was being bullied by this same dude that was bullying everybody else. But he decided to side with this dude. This dude is bullying you. I'll whoop his ass right now in front of you, and he will never mess with you again. But you decide to side with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. I done seen him embarrass you in front of your mama. I done seen him disrespect your house. I done seen him disrespect you. I don't understand. Right? And this is the situation we are in as a people. It's like we're so scared that we side with the people that don't like us and that's bullying us. Just like this dude that sided with this dude that I could have beat. All you gotta do is get out the way. Just don't hit me in the back with the stick. Let me get at this nigga. Just trust me. But no. He sided with the bully, and that's exactly what we do. He didn't love him. I mean, at that point in time, he was too young. He didn't understand. He didn't love himself. And it was sad. You know what I'm saying? Because right after he got done, and right after they got done jumping me, he soon after whooped that boy's ass. And it was just ridiculous. And I'm sitting up here like, wow. I go into what happened after that, because I never saw that nigga. I never saw that dude again. And he lived right down the street. But hey, it is what it is. But the point that I'm trying to make is that sucker logic. It don't work. You know what I'm saying? Side with your enemy because you think you're going to get some benefit because he's able to jump on somebody else. Right now, it don't work. And that's what we do as a people. We're siding with everybody else but ourselves. We won't, you know what I'm saying? Even when we see the person or the beings or the group that's whooping us getting their ass kicked, we won't step away and so that they can get their full comeuppance. No, we got to save them. Family, I'm just saying as a tribe, man, it's time for us to start circling the wagons. That's the term I was looking for. It's time for us to start circling our wagons. It's time for us to start working together. We got, and check this out. We're very quick to cut each other off. Very quick. And I'm guilty of it too. And I'm going to work on it. But we're very quick to cut each other off. and we're quick to cut off organizations. But this is the challenge that we face. 'Cause I want y'all to think about this, right? We'll get mad and say that an individual should go out and vote. Now, whether you do or not, that's your business. I have no judgment on that for you at this point in time. You understand what I'm saying? Because there was no tickets passed out in Columbus, Ohio, where motherfuckers is actually talking about, vote for this motherfucker, don't vote for this. Because if we want people to vote, we got to go on at least do the due diligence to give them the tools so that they can vote in a way that will benefit the group. Right? Now, so we will tell people, go vote. Just in case your one vote can help this system work on our behalf. Just it might make a difference. It might. But yet many of us live in areas where we have organizations, where we have the clout, where we have the skill to get that organization to start being effective for the people around them, and we will cut that shit off immediately. We have the actual capabilities to do something right there in the community that we are, but we will cut that shit off. Right? Be like, oh, they're not this, oh, they're not that, blah, blah, blah. When all we have to do is do what we do on our jobs every motherfucking day. Bide your time. Period. It makes no sense to me. We'll work for a corporation for 30 years and never have opportunity to make any change in that motherfucking institution. We'll vote for all of our lives and never see the effects of these votes actually changing shit. But yet we got organizations in our community where we can actually make changes, and guess what? We will cut them motherfuckers off. We won't even deal with them. We won't. And it's a goddamn shame, because you actually can have more effect on your community by getting involved in the organizations in the community rather than throwing your vote away in many cases. Hell, you could get with that organization with your clout and get a committee to work on putting together a ticket so that you can distribute to the people that you want to vote. But no, what we do, the slightest thing, we'll turn our back and be like, I'm not fucking with them no more. But then we don't do that at our jobs. See, because we don't really understand the concept of friends and enemies. The importance, and what's crazy, I hate to say this, the importance of your enemy. Because your enemy is what makes it possible for you to build your community. The outsider makes it possible. The dangerous outsider makes it possible for you to build your community, or makes it possible for you to help somebody else build theirs up. So that once you get done building their shit, they will turn around and make you the outsider. Isn't that our story in America? Who is the outsider in America that helps hold this whole shit together? We are hybrid. We are insider outsider. We are built-in insider in this country. Right? And I know like we are connected to Africa, and I know I don't want to insult nobody, but family, if you had to go back to Africa right now, you would not know which country to go to, because Africa is a goddamn continent. And I'm sick of people talking about it like it's a country. It's a continent. And do you even know where you will go? And do you even know that you will fully be accepted? Because most of you have not been there. Most people that be talking to me about Africa have not been there. I've been there. I got a crew that I can go and chill with. Right? But the fact of the matter is, my family is here. And the majority of them would not be able to go because they have not laid the groundwork for that for that situation. So really, when it comes down to it, family, this is our home. And we have been made outsiders in our own goddamn home. And we okay with that. We don't combat that. Yo, so Kwanzaa is coming up, family. And this is an opportunity, once again, another year has gone by, and this is an opportunity for us to come together. It's an opportunity for those 7 days from the 26th to January 1st for us to celebrate us, for us to remember good times, for us to remember struggles, for us to remember who the dangerous outsiders are. You know, in traditional society, Sasha, close that please. In traditional society, just because you was born into it does not mean that you belong to it. You had a free period. And that's like at Sasha's age. You know what I'm saying? That's like until you hit puberty. Then you had to make a critical choice. Whether you were going to join the adult society or stay a child for the rest of your life.
Stay a child.
Now, Sasha says stay a child. If you stayed a child, you were forever an outsider in that community. You would not have any voting. I mean, if there was a vote, you would have no say so. You would have no land. You would have to stay with your parents. And you got to wonder how your parents would feel about you being a child forever. Sasha, I love you, but you can't be a child forever, baby. You got to take some responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? So in traditional society, unlike a lot of people would tell you, you weren't just born into that shit. You would have to become a member of that society. You would have to be born through the womb of society. You was born into the family through the first womb, which is your mother. And then you would have to be born through the womb of the tribe or the community, through the rites. So you just didn't belong because you was there. You had to be useful. What use were you to the people? And I know a lot of y'all like, oh, that's not how it was. It was all love and no, dog. It was about survival. It was about being able to thrive. It was about being able to make it to the next day. It was about being able to defend your land because you always had people coming that wanted to expand their territory at your expense. You may have always had people trying maybe to get your crops just because. You may have had people trying to get at your woman just because. Yeah. All over the world, including Africa, family. This is why you got so many tribes. This is why you had so many tribes. And each tribe had their own area. And each tribe would fight to the death to defend their area. Even up possibly until this day. Even within the countries that were artificially created by European nations. Which I never hear nobody talking about that shit. My fault, West Asian nations, because there is no such place as Europe. That's part of the mind fuck that they got us in. I'm sorry, family. But I'm taking calls. Call in. I'm feeling better now. I'm cleared up now. I'm feeling better now.
Cut on your head so
huh?
Cut.
Yeah, the cut still hurt. See? And it's right in between. It's right on the web of my finger, so I got to keep it still because it'll easily come back open. So family, if y'all want to call in, let's see, we got great truth, peace to all. Shouts out. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's LSA. Shouts out. All right, family. Let me go and type in the number for those that might want to call in. Then we're going to get into this toast and we can have a conversation after the toast. If you want to talk about what I was talking about, or if you want to have something else to discuss, because that's what Gye-Nyame Journey is about. I'm about learning. I'm about growing, because I know I don't even have a drop in the ocean of life. You know, and I'm 50, so I still got a long way to go. But I'm not going to let some dumber motherfucker guide me. I refuse that shit. You see what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? So if you're going to call in, come with it. Come with it. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a bunch of dumbass scholars out here. I'm sorry, baby. I mean, don't act like you ain't used to hearing me go. But we do got a bunch of dumbass scholars, dumbass PhDs out here that, it's just ridiculous. Some of the information that people the shit we talk about. You know what I'm saying? We have fucking war and motherfuckers is trying to be somebody else. Nigga, I mean, that's not camouflage. You thinking you something else is not camouflage. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the military. Camouflage actually helps you blend into the community where you at or the area where you are. That's camouflage. You pretending like, you know what I'm saying? That's like going to war in bright pink and talking about I'm going to think myself invisible. It don't work like that. Nigga, you on a battlefield and you sitting up here talking illusionary shit. I can't handle it. I can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, you know, that's me. That's Brother Hatim. That's how I feel right now. I might feel different tomorrow. I don't know. Probably not.
Let's do the toast.
Yeah, my daughter said we about to do the toast. Brother Hatim talking too much. I got my youngins around me. We also there was a practice for those organizations that will, if you need a place to practice or to prepare for Kwanzaa, we stop writing on your mama stuff. Y'all just love beat. Put it down. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. She trying to write on the damn lamp. All right, call in number
614.
What is this? I say it for me. Call in 614. Go ahead.
I don't know.
You don't know? 556
556
45
4535.
4535. So you do know. So you just was doubting yourself. I do that a lot too. Don't worry about it, baby. You get it together.
I don't remember your passcode.
Huh?
I don't remember your number.
You don't remember my number? Well, I hope you don't get in trouble and you need to call your dad.
4535.
That's not actually my phone number. That's the number for the show. I mean, because y'all be calling that to school. I don't know why y'all do that. My kids be playing on the phone trying to prank call me, and they be calling the line to the show. So I be getting...
You don't be
No, it don't ring. I get a text saying you have somebody on a conference call line. And I'll be like, who is this? Call in 614
556 4535.
All right. Let me do it on my page as well because we might have a few people on the page.
61. I'm going to say it before you do.
You going to say it for me? Hold on. I'm about to pull up my page right now. I got to go. It's going to take me a second.
I need a piece of...
Oh, by the way, family, my car will be... I'm hoping it will be done by tomorrow. And I want to send shouts out to all the people that helped me. Miss Tracy, thank you for the ride. Because, you know, we was going to catch the bus over there. Miss Tracy said, hell with that. With time. You know what I'm saying? She was waiting around here, got us up there. Shouts out to Sister Jill. Because, you know, she know the kids was there all day. She came and she got my little girls. So that they could play with her baby and her babies at the crib, and they had a real good time while we was doing warrior training because we had to be there. We was there from 11. We was there from 11 till 6, and then shouts out to brother the royalty, brother Deshaun for
614.
What? This was for. I got to look at this. If food waste were a country, it would be the third biggest carbon. Wow. That's from Urban Gems. All right, but so anyway, she took care of it. Then Royalty brought me home, Brother Deshaun, you know, got it together for me and made sure that I made it to the crib. So I'm going to send shots out to the tribe because in many different ways. And then on top of that, Sister Jill took it upon herself to make sure that my girls got involved. That's right. Made sure that the girls got involved in the Kwanzaa celebration. How she do that? She told them, she saw them running around. She said, get over here. Get in here. Y'all about to be part of this Kwanzaa celebration.
I said no.
You said no for how long? You ain't gonna tell your auntie long. Exactly, because we don't play that in this tribe. We don't play that. It's real life here. It's real life here. You know what I'm saying? We know a lot of you young people trying to push away from greatness because you want to fit in. But make sure your children understand this. That the people that usually fit in are usually like everybody else. And unfortunately, the majority of people, you don't want to be. Just saying. I mean, we cool. That people cool. But if you want to strive for greatness, you can't be like everybody else. You can't. You're not gonna fit in. You're gonna be weird. So all right. So I put the call, but I guess nobody calling in via Sister Navita. What's up, Sister Navita? And Sister Navita, man, Sister Navita fed the whole crew. God damn it, family, listen. Fed the whole crew, right? Then on top of that, Levon, her grandson, had an episode together for us to watch. And he wanted to focus on the love aspect of, you know what I'm saying? His lesson was about loving somebody enough to sacrifice for them. See, y'all, we're slipping on the lessons that our kids are getting. And what we have to make sure is that the lessons that they are getting from them are the lessons that we need to build the tribe, to build the community, to build the nation. There's nothing but us to take 15, 20, 30 minutes to sit down with our young people. We could get them in groups and talk to them about what they're watching, even what they're listening to. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But no, you know, we do our young people a lot of times like we do a lot of the organizations. I'm just through with your ass. I'm through. But we still say we're involved in the system, hoping that the shit is gonna change. And we've been involved for years. And I'm just saying, those of you that are in my age grade, we are that close to eldership. Now, it's one thing. There's one thing that I do know, that in our community, people still respect eldership. And there are organizations, there are active organizations in which we can get involved and be the leadership.
This call is being recorded.
Uh-oh. Who on the line? Who this be?
This Shaka.
Well, Shaka who? I don't know no goddamn Shaka. Hold on. Let me see. Shaka who? Let me check my database. Let me see here. Is it the cheese grits Hasbury? Go ahead, what's up? I got turned off while you on the line. My daughter started dancing, but go ahead. She like that.
Yeah, I just woke up, man.
Me too. Well, I mean, I woke up a while ago. I took me a long ass bath, but. You was calling to join
the talking about?
Oh Lord, I can't. I don't know, man. It's just I'm just on a stream of angriness right now.
Sleeping.
Who?
I did that yesterday.
Oh, what you did a show?
Yeah, I went live yesterday, and what really pissed me off is I woke up and I heard the news about Kevin Hart.
What happened with Kevin Hart?
Well, he was supposed to host what was it, the Oscars or the Academy,
right.
The Oscars, I believe, and they snatched it from him because of some gay jokes that he made like a decade ago.
A decade?
Yeah.
When it was okay to make jokes about gay people?
Yeah.
God damn. Wow. So they could. Well, I mean, actually, because I guess it was okay to take Quaaludes at one point in time. But I digress. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. No, I mean, it's a trend, and the thing is that it just seemed like they bullies. They bullies. It's like, hey, Kevin Hart, the funniest man in America. You know, one of the richest comedians in America. Hey, you want to host this?
He's not one of the
richest. For us?
He's not one of the richest comedians. I'm going with that shit. But go ahead.
I'm just saying. You know, and that's not my opinion.
Right.
That's not my opinion. I mean, I'm just saying that on a business tip, yo, he is one of the richest comedians right now. Kevin Hart.
Okay.
That's barbershop talk. That's not me.
Okay.
All right.
Now, okay. What barbershop was you at? I'm at
the same barbershop as you.
I'm just fucking with you. They ain't talk about no goddamn Kevin Hart and his pockets being fat at the one I go to. Speaking of that, shouts out to what's the barbershop we go
Big
to?
Up to Kurt Britton. Ngazi.
Ngozi is where we go, right?
Ngozi.
Yeah, Ngozi is where we go. So, you know, if y'all want some good conversation, you know, that's a spot to head to. But yeah, now, so see, because I got a question, you know, but hey, I don't know. Maybe Kevin Hart is making hundreds of millions of dollars because, you know, there's some, you know, I mean, now, far as black comedians, he's balling. I agree. But as far as white comedians, nah. No.
I mean, you know, we
No. Go ahead.
We gotta go look at some situations because I'm talking about this is listen, and I was on the other side of the conversation for a long time. Like, I don't really think, you know, for a long time, I'm like, I don't think Kevin Hart is all that funny. He's not one of my favorite dudes, you know. And I started changing my tune, like last week sometime, because I saw something in Kevin that I'd never seen before. And that was the fact that when Cat Williams went all the way in on Tiffany Haddish and said that she didn't deserve her position in the industry, that she was spoon-fed, whatever his gripe was.
Whatever his gripe was, Kevin Hart's response was what? I love you, bro.
Kevin Hart went on the Charlemagne show with Tiffany Haddish and let Cat Williams have it. And he let him have it in such a way that you couldn't argue with him. He broke down statistically why Cat Williams didn't have what Tiffany Haddish had. When he had his shot, he messed it up. You know what I mean? And he's talking about like his longevity and Hollywood money and what makes him so substantially more successful than Cat Williams, and and showed exactly where Cat messed up, right? And he came at him. Well, he didn't come at him. He was just defending his sister, right?
Right.
He said, I feel like you took my little sister's ball and threw it over the fence, and now this is me telling you to go get it.
So he was,
you know what I mean?
He was defending his tribe.
Yeah.
She part of his tribe.
I felt like that was very honorable. That was his whole reason for being there, was just to set it straight. And man, so when I saw that, and then I heard about Tiffany Haddish's story about how she came to where she at, you know, Kevin Hart really did put her on. He showed her the process. She believed in the process. She used, you know, the no grits, no glory, and got to where she at. And that's what it is. So to have this organization give him a job just to say, you know what, we're good without you. That to me is that's some bully shit.
Well,
that's
now, hold up, talking about my good white people, man. Don't do that on this show. You can't say that, man. My fault. This is Gye-Nyame. You can say whatever the hell you want. Now, listen. Let's just say this. Now, that's not our show. That's their show. They decided who they wanted. And it just so happened that a bunch of gay people might be on the motherfucking committee to decide who's done shit. So somebody found some film to go and knock them out, and that's what they're going to do. And this is going to continue to happen to us until we start, as you say, as I say, circling our wagons. Because there's no way that if he was tribed up the way he was supposed to, that shit even went down like that. Actually, motherfuckers should do like Will Smith and Jada Smith did last. I'm blocking that shit out. You know what I'm saying? If you really with him, you know, I don't even watch the Oscars anyway.
I mean, here's the piece out there. Kevin Hart at this point. Listen, and I get where you was about to go with that. But let me go back to why this, because this wasn't just about Kevin. This is about 2007 when Isaiah Washington lost his job on Grey's Anatomy because just on some like chilling out and hanging out with his co-stars at the award ceremony, he had called his co-star Patrick Dempsey a faggot, and that's why he had lost his job. Right? And you know how Homeboys is, and even if that was the case, I mean, let's just be real. All right. Now, if he owned that and he called him that, maybe they knew something that we don't know. But now they exposed him, fired him from his job because he made this reference, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just happening over and over again. That was over a decade ago. It's the same thing. It's like
Cycles.
It might not be emasculation, but it's showing that hey, we still can throw our weight around. Yeah, and that's the piece where it's like now I see some bully behavior.
No, well, you know actually, what you see is some plantation shit. Every now and then, I have to just beat somebody's ass to make sure that all the other slaves stay in line, dude. I mean, this is basic shit. This is actually, like I said, in the discussion of the anime yesterday, we covered this shit. Black folks are the eternal outsiders in this society. So we have to be checked. They have to circle their wagons against us. You even told the story, and I wanted to tell you, I don't even know if you understood that you told the story where wagons were circled. When you told the stories about the Mexicans versus the black dude, and was one black dude on the job, and he was talking fly to them, and they put all their stuff on one side, and he put all his stuff on one side, and they looked and said, this stack is Mexican, that stack is black. We're the only ones that are not circling our wagons. We're the only ones that's not doing that shit. We're the only ones that's not adhering to the whole concept of tribe. But we got another caller on the line. Go ahead.
Hi, it's Sister Navita. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing good. I need some more of that hot sauce so I can clear myself out.
When the children said that you was over there sweating, I thought they was joking. And then my son eats this hot sauce, and he is like nothing to him. But I didn't even think. I looked over at you, and I thought you was on trial or some shit, the way you was sweating. I was like, damn! I said it out loud, remember?
Not trial, not OJ.
He looked like he was on trial, baby. That sweat was coming down his face so profusely. I was like, but Jesus, But anyway, I wanted to say, the Kevin Hart situation. This is what kind of I wish we would learn as a family, as a tribe, as a group, that, I don't think as the way the Oscars have, and we've been treating black folks over the years of its history, and for the mere fact that we have been long coming, we have people who, we get roles like, what is it, Denzel in Training Day win, but he can't get the role to win it for a Malcolm X role. We shouldn't even, as black people, I don't even think we should fuck with the Oscars myself. I was about to say that. I don't even think we should participate. They can nominate our movies and shit, but we just don't need to show the fuck up for that. And we just should start our own, huh?
That's what I was going to say. And I was going to say that with Kevin Hart's money, he could really expedite that shit and make it happen like right now. I mean, you talk about Will.
I think Kevin Hart
just drank the Kool-Aid with the white folks. Me personally, I think that he would be afraid to do something.
No,
like that.
I mean, Kevin Hart understands that, when you have your season, it's a very small window. So his whole piece is that he worked smarter, not harder during this whole piece, and that's what got him to the point where people were saying, "Hey, he the man on top right now."
He is. And, I don't think he drank the Kool-Aid. Bad choice of word.
Yeah, but I mean, but I think I think
Kevin, they say he does a lot for black folks. Corey Holcomb talks about that all the time. That he does a lot for black folks. But
right, and he don't toot his own horn, and that's the other thing. Is on the Charlemagne show. I recognize that he don't toot his own horn. So it's a lot of things that I didn't know about Kevin because it didn't come out of his mouth. He got such a big mouth, you'd think. But then when and Charlemagne gave him his man, listen, I just didn't know. All right, you never really know what what other people doing, especially when you ain't looking. You know what I mean? And what they say, man, what's that whole old poster? It says integrity. What's the word? It says integrity, real big. They might have like some.
I know what you're talking about. Somebody at my job actually has it up. Mm-hmm.
Really, it's what you do when no one's looking.
What
something like that.
Right. What you do when no one is looking. Yeah.
Right.
That's close enough.
And yeah. I'm just saying that I just didn't know.
Well, I mean,
I just saw a silly dude, you know what I mean? And for like the past 20 years, like even the Wayans brothers, right? Like Sean and Marlon Wayans, it just makes it impossible for me to see them in a light of helping Black America and taking care of business just because, you know, they was on such coonery. Am I allowed to say that? You know what I mean?
Gye-Nyame Journey. Say what the fuck you want. Now listen.
Right.
Now, because I'm gonna go back to the Wayans, man. I mean, you talking about the Wayans? I mean,
right.
So name all the Wayans that you know of.
Keenan Ivory Wayans, Sean Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Damon Wayans, Kim Wayans, Damon Wayans Jr. That's all.
You just named 6 people from one family. And you was looking at that as coonery? They put on 6 people.
No. I'm looking at the product of what Sean and Marlon was putting out.
Oh yeah,
you know Tiffany Haddish. Now, if you want to talk about Tiffany Haddish is a coonery, buffoonery. I can't stand her, and I think what Katt Williams said about her shit was true. But I don't think of the Wayans like that either.
I mean, let me
justify what I'm saying is that when it comes to like scary movies and stuff like that, like my 8-year-old son, I'm not comfortable with him watching that because before all this gay stuff became like real big other places, they was on it already. So like, you know, like the little jokes on there where it's like, should I wear this inside or on the outside? Right? And you think he's talking about his shirt. You know what I mean? It's like, hold on a second. I wasn't ready for that. My son ain't ready for that. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's a rated R movie, right? That's a rated R movie.
But I mean, Kevin Hart put the dress on. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate though. I think that some of them, when they're in that realm, some of them, what they say, they go along to get along. But you know, I don't think he's gonna. I don't like when I think it's Marlon. It's always playing some gay ass dude on that scary movie shit or whatever.
Right.
But I think
Sean
that. I mean, Sean, that's what I'm thinking. It was Sean that was always playing that gay
So they ain't going to be able to host the Oscars either.
But I think they still, you know, they do a lot. They brought their whole
So you saying Kevin Hart did put a dress on?
Yeah.
I think I remember him putting some kind of dress on for something.
Yeah, you just look it up on the internet. Even the one that people bigging up, Dave Chappelle did it too. So, you know.
No.
Man, shut up.
When did Chappelle put the dress on?
Men in Tights. Look it up, Men in Tights. The movie Men in Tights. Y'all, I mean, like I said, motherfuckers be doing all this part-time research. Might have been Men in Tights, too.
Even if he did put the dress on, he changed, damn it.
Oh, man, everybody changed. Just I mean, in that case, everybody needs the benefit of the doubt then, right? I'm just saying.
Right.
I mean, just because motherfuckers put on a dress don't mean.
And stuff, yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And we don't see.
Robin Hood movie is Jamie Foxx in a dress.
In what? The who?
But he was already Wanda, so it don't matter.
But I think the evolution of the thing, you know, people may have put the dress on. We've all put it on metaphorically at some point, but we grow we move forward.
Say that for me. Say that again. Say that again. We all put on the dress metaphorically, right? I mean, and I mean, because our whole existence is metaphor. You know what I'm saying? We existed. In order for us to survive, we have to exist in metaphor. You know what I'm saying? But then some of us act like, oh, no, come on now. You know, some of y'all putting on dresses every time you go to work. Get the fuck up out of here with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you better say we all done put the dress on metaphorically.
Right.
You know?
But then we look
at some of these. Trying to put some work in, You know, I got to give you the credit for that. At least you know you put the damn dress on.
See,
right.
because for me, the argument between Kevin Hart and Cat Williams is stupid because they both got whole groups of black people that they've been helping. So I'm sitting up here like, yo, now, and I do understand the point of Tiffany Haddish, but motherfuckers can't be so sensitive that you can't allow somebody to critique the work and ask a simple question.
No, let's
go ahead.
Hey, let's be for real now.
Go ahead.
Cat Williams was just salty that he was not where she's at. I mean, like she's already surpassed his, whether they were coons or not. She's already surpassed his shit because she got a mentor showing her the ropes.
Stop.
Thing is, he said Omar F. I mean, not Omar F. Mike F. and Cat Williams. They was both there before. They both shot they shot, and they both are where they at. Now, nothing against Mike Epps, because Mike is doing this thing somewhat, but Cat is
But that's not true, though, because Tiffany Haddish been around since Def Comedy Jam. I remember her. She sucks. But I remember Tiffany Haddish from Def Comedy Jam. She sucked back then.
Right, but what I'm saying is that through humility...
So you say she sucks really or metaphorically?
I don't think it was through humility. I think she just like on Empire, she felt every stereotype that was negative about black women and she put it on the screen and hunkies loved it. That's what I think. And that's how she made it. Cat Williams, on the other hand, he's not that type of comedian. And he's not that type of person, you know, I mean, you have a difference.
Right. Now, I
don't think that Cat Williams is going to kiss nobody's ass to the point where they want him to.
Hey,
and that will make you...
Hold on. Wait. Demetrius, hold on.
Fighting a 14-year-old at the soccer game.
Hold on.
Cat Williams ain't going to
That motherfucker was disrespectful. Shit. He lost, but that little 14-year-old was disrespectful, and he needed his ass whipped.
He didn't get his ass whipped, though, Navita, so he
didn't. That's
twice.
the unfortunate part.
He needed his twice.
Ass whipped, though.
But Demetrius Miller says, lift up 10 and drown 10,000. Damn.
They lift up 10 and drown 10,000.
Damn. That's some that's some deep thinking there. You lift up 10, you know, because because we really got to see how the work affects, and I mean, is it going? Because really, man, he puts on here. He said Will Smith didn't need a dress because he played the homosexual role, and what is that 6 degrees of separation?
Yeah.
We have to remember to factor in. We have to remember to factor in the black boule. Hollywood is a Jewish state. Music and culture is a weapon, and we have to be clear about that. And we're not clear on that, so we're not able to operate with it in a proper fashion. If you don't know it's a weapon, you'll turn around and shoot your goddamn self with it, and that's what we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And we allow everybody to be a nigga now. I mean, even we don't even protect that word no more. So now we got a little rainbow bright boy running around here. I don't even know what he is, but I think he's going to jail.
Is that the one that says going to prison and think got life sentence in prison for something?
Yeah. I don't even know what he is, but I mean, it's like everybody could just, But go ahead.
Yeah, Shaka had a point he wanted to make
about 6 degrees separation, probably.
Thing is that I feel like the underlying piece is that, like, gay folk, right? Gay folk are evolving as a culture, and they, and all of us need to take heed at this, because all of us can be some bullies when we're trying to make a point about our culture and when we do tribe up.
Well, you supposed to be a bully.
So, like, what's that?
You supposed to be.
But you say you supposed to?
Yeah, that's why
here's the piece. But what's the bottom line for me is that if you're not imposing on my culture, then I don't have a problem with you.
Right.
Just like gay folk, we can hang out at the coffee shop. But I'm telling you the truth. I remember one time, you know how my son Pharaoh loves the Wizard of Oz, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had some folks' house, and it's so funny because I don't even want to say what their nationality is, because it just makes too much sense. So we had his friend's house, and it's all little dudes there, right? And Pharaoh's like, let's play, and it's all little dudes, and then a little sister, is like 3 years old. She's running around, whatever. And so Pharaoh like, oh, let's play Wizard of Oz. I want to be the Scarecrow because he loves being Scarecrow. He loves being Michael Jackson so he can sing. He was doing this whole thing so he could sing You Can't Win, right? And so one of the other little boys is like, I want to be the Scarecrow. And then the parent, she steps in. She's like, yeah, Pharaoh, how about you be one of the other ones?
Hell
like,
no.
Like the Tin Man or the Lion. And then a dude step in, and he's like, or Dorothy. And I'm like, hold on. You're not allowed to talk to my son no more. And I just left it at that. And that was the last time we visited that house. You know what I mean? We let them play it out or whatever. And whether they understand it or not, you ain't going to instruct my son. And I bet if he was in school, they would have gave him that same opportunity to be Dorothy. And I'm just like, yo, you don't do that shit with my son.
Well, that was just in the news, Shaka. Someone did that to somebody's son. Like,
what?
Let them wear a dress. Yep.
Yeah.
You need to wear a dress. Experiment.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Now, but what I'm saying is they got to get their point across. They got to make it as normal as possible, make it fit into American society. And one of the issues that we have in our community is that we are not bullies when it comes to our culture. You know, we need to be. When it comes to each other, but when it comes to other motherfuckers talking about our culture or wanting to have a discussion about our culture, we lay back. No, we need to give them the goddamn business. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they say shit like you're very mad about slavery. It didn't affect you. It wasn't like you was there. Shut up, Becky. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't got time. I ain't even gonna have time to have a discussion with you. So you saying history ain't important? So we might as well take history out of every school because history is not important because you believe that history don't affect people. I don't. Go on with
like cut him helping to get that money back then,
right?
And then no, Chase Bank that they still inherited from getting their start in the slave trade. They wasn't there.
They wasn't there.
So why they getting the benefits of it?
Hey, but you can't go that far. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like taboo for us, right? Because we don't feel that we deserve to make people feel the way that we feel because it's so bad. You know what I'm saying? It's bad to make somebody feel like you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though you go through it all the time. You get pulled over by police, treat you like you ain't shit. You go through certain lines, you might get treated like you ain't shit. Whenever it comes to your cultural perspective, it's treated like it's not shit. Even by some of our people, some of our folks that become illusionary about the shit. It's like when a nigga tell you the slave trade never happened. When you talking to a black person, they tell you some shit like the slave trade never happened. You need to cut off the conversation. You need to stop even dealing with this motherfucker. I ain't got time to talk. I had one nigga ask me one time, well, if the slave trade happened, where are all the ships? Dumb ass nigga, the ships was made out of wood. They was made out of wood. I mean, this is the shit that you got to deal with.
So you got a replica of one in downtown Columbus, motherfucker. Shit.
But hold on, that's a replica.
I don't even know if it's still down there no more. But
it's not. That wasn't even a replica because that shit was small. That wasn't even a replica. That was a replica of the Nina Pinta or the Santa Maria. That wasn't a replica of the actual slave ships. They were big. And it's like, where the trains at? Where are all the forests that they got the wood for? Nigga, where are the forests for the houses? Nigga, I mean, this is the shit. This is what I deal with. Not only from outside, but I got motherfuckers on the inside with us.
Inside. I've heard that too. We was already here. There wasn't even a slave. The slave trade didn't even happen. It wasn't to the magnitude that we think it was. I'm like, here we go.
I remember the major point. And this is also relevant to where we at right here, is that when you look at the whole fiasco, why are black comedians relevant in the first place? And I'll tell you why. Why are we having this long conversation about these individuals? I'll tell you why. It's because they have a responsibility, and they, amongst all the other entertainers, are more responsible for cultivating social norms through their routines. If I say Goonie Goo Goo, everybody know where I'm coming from. If I say ice cream, everybody know where I'm coming from. Right? If I say pineapples,
I don't
People know.
I don't know where you come from with
In one word, they're training America through their stand-ups, through their punchlines. And if you could take the punchline to the workplace and misquote it, and then you got other people going back to see, well, let me see what the real joke was. Man, music don't do that. All right? People can take the music to and you know, and use it in regular, you know, like my man Biggie say, you know what I mean? Or like Pac say, keep your head up. All right, that's cool. That's cool. But when it comes to creating a whole scenario and what Kevin Hart said, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because what he said in the stand-up is, you know, as a father, and from father's perspective, he says that every, you know, he's like, my kid ain't gay. All right. He said, my son ain't gay. He said, I just feel like every kid has a gay moment, and it's all about how you deal with that. Hey, son, stop that. That's gay. That's what he said. That's what he said. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with the fact
unless
that
you gay and sensitive.
Sometimes y'all the punchline, and that's some funny shit. You think we ain't the punchline? That's some funny shit.
All the time.
If we shot back every time that we was a punchline,
we would stop being the punchline as much. See, they understand. They understand. We don't understand. We allow ourselves to be the punchline, and it's cool. Oh, get over it. You in your feelings. Other motherfuckers shut down business opportunities. So black folks can be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't understand the game. Like I said, sometimes you gotta be a bully. You know what I'm saying? And as adults and as adults, we know this shit is the fact. Sometimes you got to be the bully. Because if you don't speak up, they're not gonna prepare your plate. So sometimes you got to let motherfuckers know, I'm in the room. Not only I'm in the room, I'm about to run this motherfucker.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been waiting on our own awards thing since Will Smith and Jada was talking about it.
Because they diffused that shit. They diffused that shit because the next year they nominated a bunch of black awards. And black folks don't feel that it's valuable enough to go and run our own shit. As a matter of fact, we go to the BET Awards and act a motherfucking fool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's like, and it's such a minority of us. See, and this is what we don't even understand. Tone Talks call it the decadent veil. So we think black, I mean, and I know some people are about to go off on me on this shit. We think we got a lot of money, but we think we got a lot of money because this veil has been thrown over us. So all that we see is, in a sense, black success. But yet we living around, we see black normal. We see black success so much on TV, like, you know, like you got this whole empire shit. You look at this shit. I don't even watch this shit.
Stop it. I don't either.
Or you see the one with Ghost in it, whatever that shit is. The other one, Power. You got all these shits where all of a sudden these niggas got money out the kazoo, and you be like, damn, I wonder where they at. You know what I'm saying? But it's so few, and they make sure that we see that we can't even evaluate where we really are. So we get mad about
the reality in that, the real Ghost is gay. Keep going.
Damn. You took all the wind out my sail. Fuck can I say now? But I need to go and do this toast. I got to fold up these clothes and start getting ready. It was a pleasure talking, family, to y'all and with y'all. I ain't saying you got to get off the line now, but I'm about to do this toast, so we going to give our ancestors their due, because that's what we here for. So first, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass and we say, I say. From there, family, what do? We move to our list. And the list goes as such. Miles Brown, Ms. Dan, Robert Texas, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William, Walter, Christopher, Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Toppin, John Fillard, Montague Pimenel, Nomo X, Pat Meyer Rob, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ronald Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley and the Luxor Brothers, Miss Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Carol Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Grinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agosto Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickerson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selby Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore, Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Barham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Ellie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy. Now we go to the book because I got this one done. So we're moving towards having both pages. Matter of fact, that's one of the things I got to do today. I'm putting together the second page of the ancestors, so because we're going to have 2 pages, not 1 but 2 pages in the Kwanzaa book. I just got to get it together and get it together quick, right, so that we can have it up there, change a little bit of stuff. We gather each day to toast our ancestors to participate. Join us for a live stream at facebook.com/Tim or follow Gye-Nyame Journey podcast. Speak, I got to change that because it's now I want them to follow us at facebook.com Gye-Nyame Journey, or follow the Gye-Nyame Journey podcast at Spreaker.com. You know what I'm saying? Then also we can put up the YouTube stations and stuff like that because we growing. I missed the celebration last night for this first ancestor I'm about to read. My apologies goes out to the family. Know that she's on the list. And I got one more because I'm letting time do some healing before I reach out to part of the family to ask them to put on the other ancestor. But shouts out to Najla Parrish. She had an event last night. Hopefully somebody has sent me some pictures, and I'm gonna post the pictures up if you send them up. Shouts out to Allende too, because he wore the Daily Toaster shirt as he was drumming there. Jim Robinson. First Najla Parrish, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, Shelby McClendon, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Michael and Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Reginald Oliver, Linda Howard, Jacqueline Broadus, Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Edward R. Benson Sr., Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Ray McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Morel Ellis, Elizabeth Battles, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Baba Naeem, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., John Dewey and Ruth Beard, Ann Pitts, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bat Vaughn, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Albert Moore, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, and Richard Jackson, Vivian Stevenson, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Madeline Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lester and Rachel Saunders, John Bowie, Alex Nixon, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron, Nino Baby Hatch, Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Aunt Becca, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Edgar Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Hallie Johnson, George and Hallie Johnson. I'm getting it, sis. I'm going to get it together. Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Emma McClennan, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy. Shots out. Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Jennifer Sensabaugh, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Florence Evans, Pamela Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Joe Davis and Timothy Butler, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Phyllis Lee, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Hadley, Elma Hines. Family, we lift up the glass and we say Ashe. From there we move to the present moment, and we won't go through the sound effects today, but I will let you know we are on a hunt for Imani. We're tracking Imani down. We're going to find it. We're going to find it, whether it's male or female. We're going to find you, Imani. And we're going to post up pictures. Hashtag found Imani. Hashtag faith found. Hashtag, you know what I'm saying? Found my principal Imani. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to learn to look for what we want. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, all the rest of this is just fruitless. You know what I'm saying? We got to start looking for what we want. We got to start programming our children to start finding what we want, rather than constantly stumbling on shit we don't want. Because that's what we're doing. Because we're not on purpose, we accidentally fall on shit that we don't need to. When you on purpose and live your life on purpose, you don't have to worry about the accidents of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I mean, it's like we haphazardly exist. So motherfuckers throw out a little piece of news and we discuss that shit. That shit ain't on our purpose. We need to keep moving. I'm just saying. All right.
And make sure you get your merchandise. Make sure you get the merchandise.
It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. The hustle is real. All right. Hustle builds muscle. The hustle builds muscle. Imani. I'm thinking about getting a booth during Kwanzaa, having Gina man it, because she did good at the last one except for losing my money. But all right, Imani. Today, for those who don't speak the language, is faith. The demonic principle is harmony. The M7 of the day, or Millennium 7, is trust. The color is red, as you can see. Gender is the Hermetic law of the day. And if you were born on this day, the day of the week, not the date, but born on the day of the week, today is your day. Congratulations. Your day name is, if you're male, is Kwesi. And if you're a female, is Akasua. Right? Male is Kwesi. Shouts out to Kwesi. I know you might be listening, bro. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so we lift up our glass for the present moment, knowing that the moment is all we have, so we got to take full advantage of it. And the best way to take advantage of it is as a tribe. You know, as they say, if you want to go somewhere fast, go by yourself. What is it? If you want to go somewhere fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go something along the lines where, you know, you can go fast by yourself, but as a group, if you want it to last or something, I got to remember that one.
Daddy?
Mama, hold on. I'm still toasting. Stop it. So we lift up our glass to this present moment and we say, I say, stop it. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Johnny. From there, family, where do we go? Go to the future. We toast our children's children on to infinity. And we say, I say. From there, family, we move to all of our relations and we toast and we say,
I say.
From there, family, we go on and we lift up our glass.
And we say, I say.
No, for you. This is your moment. What is it that you need? Look how beautiful that look. I took all the sediment out. No, it's not filtered. But look at that. Look at that. Look like a nice apple juice. Smells like a wine. Boom. All right. So we toast and we say,
I say.
Last but not least, I toast the most powerful, most beautiful, most inspiring individual in the room. And you know who that happens to be? That happens to be you, my daily toasters. Those that take the time in some form or fashion to participate in this GNJ media experience. I lift up my glass to you and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Just let y'all know that's some real glass. This ain't no big plastic cup. We grown folks. We sip out of real glass around. Grown folks sip on real glass around here. So with that, done with the toast. Oh, Lord have mercy. Woo! Y'all still online? Uh-oh. They muted me. I've been muted. All right, family. So listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Now, as a community in Columbus, right? Family, one of the first steps to a business, not even just a business, but this, we need to get a staple. We need to decide. I'm saying that the staple should be something that has to do with skin. Because don't nobody else ash up like us. And as a group, we need to decide we only going to buy this from, I don't give a fuck who. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a product that we control. Almost because we could go and trade in Ghana directly with some people over there and get some shea butter over here. And we have to develop a staple because we're trying to establish businesses in our community that are not necessities. See, listen to me. I want you to look at all these cultures around us. A lot of them build up what they have on things that they need. We set up businesses on wants. Like we'll go out and we'll do a clothing business. You know what I'm saying? We got expensive ass clothes. Those are wants. When shit get tight, you know what I'm saying? But niggas need greens. They gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have drink. And black folks need lotion. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we gotta really start thinking about and narrowing down some of the business opportunities because there are business opportunities for the whole group. Because if we are able to start focusing money in on one place and on one, you ain't got to change your whole life. You just change a small piece of your life. We only buying this type of shea butter, right? And as a community, and if just 100 of us do it, we can start seeing that business start growing, because those 100 people, if the product is good and we can make the product good, those 100 people's skin is going to be glowing in a way where people want to buy it. So when they set up a vendor booth and they start buying it and people start coming into our organizations, we say, hey, part of what we do is we buy this one thing from this one company. It's a necessity, right? That one person or that one group will have to start hiring other people in, because the amount of stuff that they're going to have to produce is going to have to increase. We always got to watch the quality. You know, we got to make sure we ain't allow no slick niggas in there that will, you know, throw some jerkins on us and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying we need to decide on a staple. Whether it's a food product, whether it's a drink product, because y'all know we got more than enough people here now that could produce. Like, for example, with ambrosia. If I start producing ambrosia, once I get to 30 gallons, I'm going to have to bring somebody on to help me. Especially if we talking about weekly production. Shit. I got to hire somebody. You don't believe me? Ask Shaka. Because this shit ain't easy. Y'all wonder, like, brother, I tell them I ain't got my ginger yet. Because this shit, it can get tedious. I'm just trying to let y'all know. I love doing it. But just being able to look at a barrel and got 3 gallons to myself, because I know nobody else could drink this except other experienced drinkers. Like some of my experienced drinkers, y'all could drink this. Those that's been drinking ambrosia for the last year, y'all get on with this. But the newbies, shit. Lord have mercy. Staples. Want to build a community? What are we building it around? What are the staples that's going to hold that up? What are the things that we have to buy? Even if we ain't got no money, we got to find a way to get it. It ain't a pair of jeans. It ain't a nice gold chain. It ain't no rims for a goddamn car. It ain't even a hat. Unless it's a winter hat in wintertime. Ain't a fancy hat. Staples are based on things that people need and what are the needs of our community. And I'm saying the number one need ain't the number one need, but we all need lotion. We can't, listen, I saw somebody's back one time. It was so goddamn ashy, I thought they had on a t-shirt. I had to take a double, that's not a t-shirt. That's ash. You know? And ash is very oppressive, and I think that we can go on and take control of the ash business. Y'all know I like gangster movies, right? Somebody out there on the timeline, if you still out there, if anybody's still out there, somebody out there, tell me, what was the Corleone family business? I'm challenging. Somebody out there, tell me, what was the Corleone's family business? I'm waiting. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get up and turn up the heat while I wait. I'm waiting.
It's cold as heck.
You cold too?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to put it up. We put it up. We're going to... All right, what was the Corleone family business? Come on. Son, smell like you eating one of my eggs.
I did.
Ooh, boy, what's wrong with you? Nobody know. Come on now, y'all got to know. I ain't going to even answer it. I'm going to let y'all go think about it. But it wasn't crime. The foundational business. Matter of fact, I do got to tell you in order to finish my point. Damn. Shaka, you out there? Navita, you still out there? Come on now, y'all gotta help. Somebody out there gotta know what the Corleone's main business was. Somebody got to know. You know what I'm saying? Because we got all these so-called gangsters in our community, but none of these motherfuckers really understand the concept of the gangster. All these, no, we got thug, rogue motherfuckers. We got rogue one. We ain't got no goddamn gangsters. We got rogues. We got motherfuckers just running at random, claiming some shit that they don't even understand. Let me tell you what the Corleone's major business was. The olive oil business. But then, no, y'all had to know that, right? It was the olive oil business. The olive oil business. When they went to go meet with Don Corleone, he was sitting in an olive oil business. This is what, and I know y'all like, well, that ain't make most of the money, but it was a staple. And the first business that they took over was the olive oil business. Why olive oil? Because the Italians needed olive oil. So they took control of a staple. Don't talk no gangster shit to me if you talking about building your whole dynasty on selling dope or selling t-shirts. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't build. That shit is not a necessity. West Asians understood coming in and taking motherfuckers' necessities. Why do you think, I want y'all to think about this. Why do you think they made it illegal in India? These some small motherfuckers. Why do you think it made it illegal in India to make your own salt? Oh, my fault. Maybe y'all not aware of that shit, right? Maybe you're not aware of that. The British, when they took over India, they made it illegal for the Indians to produce their own salt. They had to buy their salt from a British company, even though India was more than capable of producing their own salt. Which, when Gandhi, you know what I'm saying, some of us like him, some of us don't. When Gandhi understood this, he did a march across the country to the sea to get some salt so that he could make a statement. And the statement was, we don't need them to get salt. We can make our own goddamn salt. You grab control of the staples. Alcohol is a staple. People needed alcohol. Why? Because in certain areas they couldn't drink the water. So when you took that water and you used it to produce alcohol, the alcohol would kill the germs that would make you sick. Food is a staple. Rice is a staple. In Africa, the yam was a staple. These motherfuckers come in and try to take all your staples, dog. They take control of the things that you need. Right now, a staple for my house is gas. A while ago, I approached black folks. I said, listen, there's this company where we could buy gas from. It's deregulated. Your price won't go up. As a matter of fact, I might be able to get you even a lower price. And even if it do go up, it's going to be so small, you're not even going to recognize it. Family, let's do it. Motherfuckers looked at me like I was crazy. I say, don't you understand that this is a state? This is something that you need. This is something that you got to buy anyway. Family, until we take control of something that we have to buy. And we have to buy. And we make it part of our ethos that we have to buy it from ourselves. You would never see a Chinese family going to a black Chinese restaurant. I'm just saying. Are we serious about moving to the next level where we are? Or a lot of you niggas y'all waiting for Wakanda. Y'all waiting for Wakanda, right? Y'all waiting for us to discover vibranium in the hood. Nigga, even if we do find vibranium in the hood, you're not going to own it because we don't own the land that the vibranium is on. And even if we did own the land, do we have the capabilities of defending it? No, thought not. So I'm feeling so much better now. Just this whole shit is just pathetic or whatever. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just feel so much better when I just get this shit out. Family. Also, I would suggest that some of y'all get your own shows. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, also, family, those that are interested in assisting with me doing the Daily Toast, I want to do 2 pages for the Daily Toast. You know what I'm saying? You can donate directly to ColumbusKwanzaa365.com. You know what I'm saying? And just in the notes, when you making the donation, there's a note. You put a note for the Daily Toast, for Brother Hatim's Daily Toast. And maybe we might get more than 2 pages. You know what I'm saying? Because Brother Kwame already pledged 30. I ain't get pledged for anybody else, but I'm quite sure some of y'all out there probably, you know what I'm saying? Don't give $10 then come back later and talk about, I wanted that to know. You have to put the note. Because I'm with them on that one. If it don't have the note, then I'm not even arguing about the shit. You have to have the foresight, the insight to put on the note, this is for the Daily Toast. Right? Donations, please, family. We need to go and support our own holidays and keep it powerful. That's it for today. I don't have any more announcements. The black signal is back up. I am mastering it. And what I found out about this software, family, is that we can even produce a newsletter for all those that I have the email addresses of. This shit is incredible. It's incredible, right? So what I have to do is I have to put a registration piece out. Because when you just sign up with your phone number, that's all I get, right? But for all those that I don't have the email address and I don't have where you are, I got to develop a database so that we can keep track of that, and we're gonna do that. 1.5 gigabytes. All right, family. If there's nothing else, I am out. I hope that this thing is still recording. Okay, we still live. Uh-oh. All right, family, I want to thank each and every last one. I want to remind you that you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Welcome to the Congregation of the Mighty. This is the Daily Toast, and of course, you know it's a Heart of a Simple production. Family, where we do nothing but strive to blow up those paradigms, those old paradigms. That's what's holding us. Man. You know what this reminds me of? And I know y'all like, God damn it, Brother Hatim, I thought it was over. I was watching, y'all know I love comic books, right? I was watching, actually this was a movie. It was Flashpoint. And what basically happened is that Flash went back in time and saved his mom. And when he did that, he fucked up the whole DC timeline. So there's separate, at that point where he saved his mom, there's separate points of history in DC where things start to happen. And he ended up in another world where Batman wasn't Bruce Wayne, it was his father. Right? Now, I'm skipping all that. Well, anyway, they found the Flash was trying to find Superman because he's like, man, we could save this timeline. We just got to find Superman. Where's Supes at? And they do all their research. And they find out that instead of, because when he changed the timeline, instead of the missile coming down or the plane that Superman was born or that his family put him in, instead of it landing in Kansas, it landed in Metropolis or somewhere like that. And the U.S. government got hold of Superman. And what they did was they studied Superman. And what they did was they took him and they placed him down deep in the earth and surrounded him with red light because that would keep him normal. And he grew up a young, feeble individual, and they bullied his ass and made him scared of regular humans, and they just kept him isolated all by himself. And that's sort of how we are. He had no idea that he had superpowers until he felt the power of the yellow sun on his skin. And all of a sudden he started floating up and shit started blasting out of his eyes. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know that that existed. And that's how many of us are. We don't even understand who or what we are. And what's even worse, we don't even understand when we are. We don't even understand when we are. Right? So family, this brother Hatim, I'm out. Oh, I'm sorry. You still on, Shaka?
Uh-huh.
Well, what's up? Why you ain't answer my Godfather question, dog? Come on now. I know.
Okay, ask it because I was on hold. What was the Godfather?
I ain't don't know, because they already answered it, and all I know, you probably listen to my shit and try to steal my inside Godfather information. No,
you know what it is? I got a messenger call, and then they called, just hung up, and then you came back on the phone.
All right, family, I'm out. Y'all have a great day. I want to say thank you to Brother Shaka. I want to say thank you to Sister Navita for calling in. I want to thank all those that's out there. Mr. Demetrius Miller, your information and your knowledge was not wasted by sharing it with us. Shouts out to Sister CeeLo. Shouts out. Let's see who else posted. Somebody else. Moti Lisa. Mota Elsa. Moti Elsa. Shouts out to you as well. All right, family. I'm saluting all of y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.